Good afternoon and welcome to Solent Sports News. I'm Tom Scrosden here with your 3:30 sport headlines. Southampton have gone on a 9-game unbeaten run in the Championship. However, a draw against 19th Huddersfield came as a disappointment to the Saints fans. Russell Martin hoping to get back to winning ways in their next game, home to Bristol City. Time to look ahead now to a massive Champions League game tonight as Eddie Howe's Newcastle side travel to France to face PSG. The Magpies currently sit bottom of Group F, only a point behind tonight's opponents, with their only win in their group being against tonight's opponents 4-1 at St James's Park. A defeat will all but end their Champions League hopes. It's exciting times at Winchester City Football Club after they were granted planning permission for stadium redevelopment. The Charters Community Stadium will see a new 4G artificial surface installed, alongside improved stadium facilities. Player coach Ryan Price believes the club is on a positive path as they continue to grow. In the Premier League last night, there was more VAR controversy, with Wolves manager Gary O'Neill revealing his turning against the use of the system, with his side suffering 3 penalty calls throughout last night's game, with them suffering a 3-2 defeat at the hands of Fulham. O'Neill claimed that referee on the evening, Michael Salisbury, admitted to him referee mistakes was made. On to golf now. Rory McIlroy has now edged Tiger Woods as the PGA Tour's £15 million player impact programme top prize. The prize goes to the player who generates the most media interest throughout the season, with the world number 2 taking this prize. This comes as last year McIlroy came second to Woods. On to cricket now. England international Harry Brook has been named Player of the Year for 2023. Harry Brook has burst onto the international scene over the last 12 months, dominating over all 3 formats of international cricket, with the Yorkshireman being touted as an England superstar for years to come. Solent cricketers have been training ahead of their long-anticipated bowl-off between local rivals Bournemouth University for the final place in the BUCS Premier League. Rain washed out the 2 previous playoff games in the summer, leaving uncertainty for both teams ahead of the next season. Solent lost all of their games in the Premier League, whilst Bournemouth won 5 games in the league below, meaning the bowl-off should be a tight contest.
Solent University's cricketers have been training hard here at the GS Bowl ahead of their long-awaited bowl-off between Bournemouth University. The winner of the bowl-off will secure a place in the Bucks National Premier League for the 2024 season. Last year, they didn't win a single game in the Bucks National Premier League, whereas Bournemouth won 5 games in the league below.
Hi, I'm Jack Simon and I'm part of Solent Cricket Club. I felt we didn't really work too much as a team. There was a few individual performances, but as a team we didn't really fire. If we are relegated, then we'll be to win that and then promote ourselves again. And if it's the other way, then to win as many games as possible, really.
This training session was a dedicated one-to-one session with the coaches, with the aim to improve their bowling and batting through the winter periods. Let's hope the bowlers have fine-tuned their skills ahead of Wednesday's clash with Bournemouth in the bowl-off. Solent first-team captain James Trodd spoke honestly.
I think that we got unlucky quite a lot. There was a lot of games there rain affected and we got the short straw. I think we didn't apply ourselves well enough in those situations. We just kind of thought, oh, it will rain again, and then it didn't, and then we kind of got shafted by that. We have a tight-knit group, but I think that can always get better.
Second-year student Cal Harvey believes his first-year experience will help push the team further for next season.
So now I've got a bit more experience as a Solent cricketer. It's something that I can definitely look at. We had third years and second years looking after us last year, so it's now kind of up to us to do that for the current first years, especially if we end up in the same league that we were last year. With experience at that, we know what to expect now.
Sorry for the technical issues, there was a problem with the Winchester story. Here is the package.
Winchester City have recently had planning permission approved for a new 4G pitch and other upgrades to their facilities. This now means the club will be able to train on the pitch instead of training on a patch of grass behind. which is what they currently train on. Player and coach Ryan Price gave his thoughts on what it means to the club to have the planning permission approved and how much it means to the players and staff.
Yeah, it's massive for the playing staff, the football club as a whole. The future of the football club really relied on the outcome of last Wednesday's meeting. It gives us now hopefully an infrastructure that matches our ambitions and our qualities as a playing staff and our playing group, that now we've got somewhere that we can call home, which we'll be proud of and that matches our ambitions to go forward.
Along with the new pitch meaning that they will be able to train on it, it also means that they will be struggling less with fixture congestion, which has been a big issue for them at home this season. Having it approved will also mean a lot of the youth teams that they currently have will be able to play the way the club wants them to as well. Current midfielder Henry Brooks came through the youth system at the club and gave his thoughts on how the new pitch will help the youth teams progress in the future along with the first team.
I mean, playing on a surface that you can rely on being flat, zippy, just how Winch want to play, moving the ball about, not having to rely on maybe a long ball all the time with the pitch surface, not having to worry about any bobbles. I think it means that the youth team especially, as well as the first team, we can crack down on playing the type of football we want to play, popping the ball about, triangles. And yeah, I think for the future of the club in general with this pitch, there's so much going forward for us, and I think everyone's looking forward to it.
PDC World Darts Championship starts on December 15th at the Alexandra Palace in London, with many backing the in-form Luke Humphreys. After winning the Players' Championship finals, defeating Michael van Gerwen in the final 11-9, he will now be seen as the world number 3. He will begin his tournament facing either Lee Evans or Sandro Eric Sossing, whilst defending champion Michael Smith begins his defence against Kevin Dotes or Stowe Bunce. This is expected to be one of the most open world championships ever. Crystal Palace midfielder Czech Decore might miss the rest of the season, having suffered an Achilles injury in his side's 2-1 defeat to Luton Town on Saturday. The Mali midfielder was stretched off early in the second half, having played a pass. This will be a big blow for manager Roy Hodgson, with Decore becoming a key player in his second season at club since arriving from French side Lens. Katie Taylor has called out Chantel Cameron for a third boxing match to complete the trilogy. The Irish fighter avenged her only professional defeat on Saturday to become the first woman two-weight undisputed champion. After a Fight of the Year contender in front of her home crowd, Taylor expressed her interest in a third fight at the massive Croke Park. One of the main challenges of being a student is balancing university work and still participating in sport. We went down to Goals in Southampton to speak to some students who took part in playing five-a-side football and how they keep on top of uni work and still manage to keep active. With the ability on the pitch being shown, with some playing to a high level while others tripping over their own feet. Being a student and an athlete can be a challenging task due to the academic responsibility and maintaining athletic capabilities. This can be a tricky balance, with proper planning and time management being essential. We went down to Goals in Southampton to catch up with some Solent University students who regularly meet up weekly to play five-a-side. With all of them having a keen interest in playing football and some still playing for teams on the weekend, we caught up with sports journalism student Diego and Gerard.
Sport as well, so we do five-a-side.
Yeah, so exactly, literally five-a-side. Some of the lads go pub as well, and last year actually we did a pub crawl as well. That was good in terms of socialising with everyone, and yeah, just going out, socialising, playing football.
Even praising an organised pub crawl that brought everyone together, where the idea was created to play more football during term time. The ability on the pitch is varied, with some having played to a decent level even being paid for it, while others are tripping over their own shoelaces and missing open goals. One of the players who regularly bags on the pitch, Josh, is currently playing for St Francis Men on a Saturday afternoon. He has to make sure he's on top of all his university work though, before he even considers making himself available to play at the weekend. But he's currently doing a good job of this and still very much loves the game of football.
It's alright, I make sure that I get a good enough amount of work done during the day before I go out and see my friends or go out and play football, so that everything sort of stays, so that I can still do everything that I want to do.
That's all for now. For more updates, check out our website, Solent Sports News.